Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. We're going to wait for some people to hop on as we always do. Taking a look here. Couple technical things that I still need to take care of. My laptop's supposed to be charging, but it's not. So give me just a second, you guys. Oh. All right. Hello. I got so excited to hop on. There were a couple things that I neglected there. So hopefully that should do it. Ooh, I'm getting warm already. It's actually really cool and rainy, very moody, very Octobery where I am today. In my little neck of the woods here. So I was cool until I sat down. I can feel the energies already moving through. Everybody, when you get here, say hello in the chat. As you can see, we are going to be talking about the Taurus lunar eclipse, which is occurring on the 28th of October, really opening that gateway of energy that leads us into Samhain. Hello. Greetings, greetings. Great to see you, Galactic Elf. I wanted to throw in a little bit of just a tidbit on Halloween there, because I know that there are a lot of dark rituals tied to Halloween, right? There are energies that have sort of like usurped that holiday and utilize it for dark means. And so some people do not like to participate in Halloween and any of the energies of it because of that. But we can choose to not consent to any of those energies. And so if you are somebody who really enjoys Halloween, simply state that you do not consent to be part of, to allow your energy to be harvested or utilized for any of the dark or the black magic, and that it is only for the highest good. And set that intention to really vibrate into the higher expression of that energy, right? Which is the celebration of the dead, the celebration of those who have passed on, the celebration of our ancestors, right? Of the spirit world and our connection to it. There's a lot of really beautiful energy, a lot of ancient pagan energies. They would say Samhain as opposed to Halloween. There's a lot of really beautiful ways that you can still work with that energy without playing into the ways that just like everything else has been inverted. And so for some reason, I wanted to like put that out there right now. Before we get started here, for anybody who's been thinking of it, I really enjoy the energy. I was raised to be very appreciative of the energies of Samhain and this time of the year. So it was kind of like Christmas to my family. So I have, lately the way that I've been going about it with any of these energies and these things that are tapped into or have been sort of perverted or inverted, if you will, by these archonic or these darker energies, is simply to state that I'm not consenting, and to make the create the energy out of it that I choose. All right. I've really come into a deeper understanding. Actually, just before this live stream, just before I started this live stream today, when I was tuning into the energies of the full moon, the full moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Taurus, I've got this overwhelming sense of the power that we all hold. And I think that this is a big part of what these energies are all about. It's about our own divine power and really claiming that divine power, claiming that sovereignty in a powerful way, and understanding that we are creators of our reality completely. All right. And so what I was shown was that what we call fate or destiny, right? We kind of surrender to destiny. Sometimes we say, like, these are the things outside of our control. What Spirit was showing me today was that there is nothing outside of our control. Everything is within our control, because everything is our creation. Everything that we experience is our creation, right? Whether we are creating consciously or unconsciously, it's all part of our creation. And the things that we see as destined and fated, like, we talk about those landmarks that our soul wanted to hit in this lifetime for its evolution. Our soul knew that those things were going to happen, not because they were predestined by some outer force, but because that was the likely outcome of the choices and decisions and actions that we would take were our soul to join with this specific vessel in this specific lifetime. All right. So it still was all us doing it. It wasn't like these major fated points happened because of us, because of what we determined, because of what we chose. And even when we surrender to a higher power in a situation, that higher power is our higher selves. So it's still us. We are still in control. We're just allowing the higher aspect of us to be more in control than what we would determine maybe the lower aspect of us. All right, the more human aspect of us. All right. But it's still, even when we're manifesting and we release our manifestation, what allows that manifestation to come into physical form, what draws it out of the vortex, draws it out of the void, draws it out of the field of unlimited possibility into the material realm is our choices, our actions, our decisions, our vibration, right? Which is, of course, a result of our choices, our thoughts, our decisions, our actions, okay? Our emotions, how we feed into those, right? All of that, what we consume, what we surround ourselves with, who we surround ourselves with, what we allow, what we consent to, what we don't allow, what we don't consent to. All of that is what allows our manifestations to come into form. All right. So even though we've surrendered, we are still the dominant force that controls whether they come to pass or not, simply by the choice. The cabal, when we talk about the archons, when we talk about these darker energies, right? The energies that uphold this inverted AI matrix. That's why they have to control our minds. They attempt to control our creative power, and that's how they control this reality. They really have no control unless they can control us here, unless they can keep us trapped. And so when we liberate ourselves of that, we take back control. We have all the control. All right. And that's a big part of what this eclipse is about. It's about taking back control. So I really urge everybody tonight to make some powerful statements, some decrees to the universe to take their power back, to cancel any contracts that limit their ability to fully manifest their highest and best timeline. All right. To also take back power and control, especially over the sexual energy. That's a big energy right now. So this eclipse is occurring at 5 degrees of Taurus. And 5 degrees is actually, when we're looking at degree theory, it is a degree that represents Leo energy, but it's also a degree that represents sexual energy. There's a very lusty sexual kind of an energy or connotation to the 5th degree. And this is all according to degree theory by Nikola Stojanovic. But I am finding it to be eerily accurate the more I study it. So I'm definitely sharing it, and I'm feeling this energy when it comes to healing and reclaiming our own sexual energy. I'm feeling it also as like a mass collective clearing when it comes to the ways that sexual energy has been warped and inverted and abused, like a cleansing and clearing of that, and a cleansing and clearing, especially when it comes to the children and the ways that children's sexual energies have been, because those are a great food source, right? For these darker energies. And there's a lot that's done, a lot of the child trafficking. Um, that's what they're doing with these children. Very sadly, very unfortunately, it's dark, it's ugly. We may not want to look at it, but it's really important that we do, and that we acknowledge that this is going on, and that is why. And so this eclipse is freeing. I feel it like freeing fragments of souls, especially of these children, but also of anybody who has allowed their sexual energy, consciously or unconsciously, to be sort of funneled into this dark matrix of energy. It's like a cleansing and a releasing of that energy, and a releasing of these soul fragments that have been held hostage, and a return so we can call that energy back to us, cleansed and cleared. Call our power back to us. It's what's happening with that is so incredibly profound. And I love that we have 5-5 right now. at the top of the screen. For anybody, I know I just kind of started like jumping right into stuff. This eclipse is happening, as I said, at 5 degrees of Taurus. It's a lunar eclipse, so we're opposing the sun at 5 degrees of Scorpio, and it is on the 28th. I think I might have said that, but I'm going to reiterate right now. Oh, that was weird. Am I still on, you guys? My computer just did a really strange, the whole screen went black for a minute and there was a little beep and then the screen came back up again. That's wild. And what is that? That's a reset. That's a clearing right there. Okay, that's powerful. That is really powerful. So there's so much that is being cleared out. So many ways that we are taking our power back. Our sexual energy is some of our greatest, most powerful energy, right? It's our creational energy. It's our life force. So taking ownership of that back. Sending a wave of healing. I would definitely recommend that during this eclipse, sending a wave of healing to the children, especially. And I think there's going to be a lot more that's coming out and that is being exposed as we move forward from here over the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years, regarding the children and what's happening with the children, and really having this opportunity to really rescue and clear that out, clear that dark energy out completely. And hopefully we will once again have a president who is concerned with that, as our current one is not. There was a lot of progress that was made regarding child trafficking before our current person here in the US came into office, and kind of not kind of undid as much of that progress as possible. But we are hopefully going to be moving back toward that again in the US when we elect new leadership moving forward. There's just going to be a lot coming up, you guys. A lot of energy coming out. So let's talk about the energies and the astrologies of this eclipse a little bit more here. And hello, ABC. Hello, Michael. Hello, Pippi. Hello, hello, hello. All right. I'm going to be pulling up my chart here for a moment. So we have the moon here in the sign of Taurus, loosely connected to Jupiter, which is a really beautiful energy. And this is Jupiter, of course, still in retrograde. So we have that beautiful Jupiterian vibe and that beautiful Jupiterian energy kind of radiating out here, impacting this. Hello, beautiful Sarah. And then on the other side of this, and anyone who's popping on who missed the very beginning of this, definitely make sure that you check that out before you close this out, because we talked about some really important stuff in that beginning part before we started getting into the astrology here a little more deeply. So we have that connection with Jupiter, really bringing in, and this is where, when we're talking about the energy of, and I see this as the energy, there's a card that we pull very often. I got to take the hat off because I am so hot, you guys. I cannot tell you the amount of energy that is moving through me right now. I am like really burning up. So, what was I saying? Yeah, we have, so this is where we got that energy of the destined and fated path versus, the self-determined path, and how we can use that sometimes, and we think that the destined and fated path is the path that's outside of our control, while the we have like the self-determined path, and then the path that that our soul chose that we can't control, and we see how those are actually the same thing. And we went through that talk at the beginning of the live stream for those who are just hopping on now. But we see that that luck in that, what we perceive as sort of just the benevolence of the universe, right? On one side, which we really see is just another example of our own higher selves working in our lives, right? And then on the other side of the equation, we have the sun here in Scorpio, loosely connected to a conjunction between Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. So this is a lot of powerful self-determined energy. And I love how it's 8-8 now with the people watching and the likes as we're getting into Scorpio, which rules the 8th house. It's just so beautiful. The numbers are so synchronistic as we're moving through this so far today. I absolutely love it. So yeah, we have all of that scorpionic energy. We have all of this 8th house energy. We have all of this self-determined energy too, right? When we're looking at Mars, Mercury, and the sun, we're looking at a whole lot of personal willpower here. Okay. And so it's really like our ability to affect our reality through our direct choices. And we're seeing and we're really weighing that energy of like, where have we perhaps surrendered to this idea that something outside of our control is creating our reality versus like taking ownership of that creative force and using that to be the magician, right? That's what this energy, that's what this eclipse is all about, is becoming the magician. All right. It's so intensely powerful. Our words are so powerful right now. Our affirmations, our determinations, right? That's why, like I shared with you before this live stream, I set some very powerful verbal boundaries. I stated what I consented to, what I did not consent to. I deleted contracts. I called back my power. All right. And so do that, work with that, allow your higher self to guide your words and really step into that energy of owning your reality, of owning your creations, of owning your being, owning your avatar, owning this experience, owning all of it. All right. We give power away in so many ways. So many ways that we don't even realize. And I think this eclipse for some people is going to show us the ways that we don't even realize that we give our power away. All right. This is also just for everyone to be aware, this is a culmination of energies that began in November of 2021 when we had our first eclipse along this axis. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that eclipse was, I'm looking it up right now. Yes, that was in Taurus as well at 27 degrees of Taurus on November 19th. So that's when this journey began. All right. And we've seen these energies really developing as we moved through 2022, all the eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio. All right. We had the nodes of fate, North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. And moving forward now through 2023, we are closing out this energy as we are moving into more of the Aries and Libra energies and eclipses. So think back to November 2021, what was going on then, what was happening. You may have some indicators. There may be some things wrapping up. But it's really what we're looking at right now. We're looking at that journey of Taurus and Scorpio and understanding this better. And if you guys are interested, my 6 Axes of the Zodiac class is in the description box below, how to purchase that. We're going to get into this a little bit right now, talking about this axis of enlightenment is what I call the Taurus Scorpio axis. And it really is, when we look at it, Taurus represents the first 5 senses. It represents our physical world, our physical manifestations. Scorpio represents the 6th sense. It represents the non-physical. It represents the etheric, right? And so it's the mastery of the 5 senses, the bringing in of the 6, the melding of these energies, the physical, the non-physical, right? The 5 senses becoming the 6th. This is the full bandwidth of experience on this planet. The full spectrum of experience comes from working with these energies appropriately. And it comes from mastering the material world and then transcending it and moving beyond it. And this is why many people say that Buddha was a Taurus. Right. I think it also has to do with some people guessing his birth date. I think they say he was an April Taurus. But this is the journey that he underwent, right? Releasing all attachment. And this is really like Taurus in its lower vibration is connected with hoarding, materialism, right? Perhaps all these lower materialistic aspects. But in Taurus's higher aspect, it's about transcending that and moving beyond it. And the Scorpio energy is what helps, calling upon that Scorpio energy is what helps with the transcendence. And so that's what we're doing right now. So as we're moving through this Taurus lunar eclipse, we're calling in that Scorpio, and we have a lot of help from Scorpio on this one, with Mercury and Mars joining the sun here, right? That is allowing us to begin this process of transcendence, and whatever area of life transcendence is needed right now. This is the axis of wealth as well. So for some people, this has to do with money. This has to do with resources. It has to do with physical abundance that we've been attempting to bring in. For some of us, it has to do with Scorpio represents other people's money and merging assets, bringing assets together. All right, great wealth, generational wealth. Taurus represents what is mine, right? And so there's this energy that may be present for some people as well. Powerful shifts, and I think we're going to see a lot revealed when it comes to money as well, and the ways that we follow the money as we continue moving forward from here. Oh, hello, Sarah. Thank you for that generous donation. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. So a lot of energy with that, energy with self-love and self-worth as well, and seeing and understanding the way that ties into things like abundance and what we're trying to create, what we're trying to manifest. All right, we have to know that we're worth it. We have to know that we deserve it. We have to vibrate at the frequency of it, right? If we want abundance, we have to vibrate at abundance. And if we have limiting beliefs, if we have doubts within the self, if we have self-hatred, all these deep self-criticisms and insecurities still lurking within the self, within the heart, that's going to make it really difficult, if not impossible, to do that, right? So it's a clearing and a purging of this energy as well that we are going to be experiencing. This is so amazing, you guys, the way the numbers go. We were at 1010 when I was talking about the empowerment, and now we're at 1111 as we're talking about manifesting and creating. Like, you cannot make this stuff up, you guys. You really, truly cannot. All right. What else do we want to go over here? For some people, there may also be an energy of really looking at and understanding how much we've been focused on the material and perhaps neglecting the spiritual, and vice versa. Which aspect needs more, right? Do we need to put in more effort on the ground level, on the material world, in the Taurus realm, right? More efforts in order to reap what it is that we're wanting to create? Or do we need to put in more efforts in the non-physical, right? And more of that Scorpio domain? Do we need to come together with people and blend resources, blend energies like Scorpio does? Or do we need to, is it more of a self-determination and a real marshaling of our own resources with that Taurus energy? Where is the balance for us as we are continuing to move forward and create? Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that's all I want to say as far as the energies of this eclipse go. It's, remember, lunar eclipses, traditionally we are moving things out. All right, so we are going to see things leaving our reality. We are going to be asked to continue to release, to continue to let go, to continue this process of ego death in whatever way that is happening for us. Things are wanting to come in, but we have to make space. And this is something that I've been doing lately. I have some major manifestations right now that I'm working with. And one thing that I'm doing is creating the space for them to come in by literally creating physical space, getting rid of all the old stuff, getting rid of all the clutter. All right, really purging and clearing my energy. And there's going to be a big purging aspect, I think, for many with this eclipse. All right, and there's a huge gateway that's being opened and being shown too, as far as the spirit world goes. All right, as far as being able to connect with our ancestors, and this always happens, right? Every October, when we move toward that sowing portal, that gateway there. Okay. So really a powerful time to do ancestral clearing, ancestral healing, right? Especially when it comes to these, like we said, these sacred sexual energies. It is really exciting. I agree. All right. So what are we going to do? Ooh, interesting. We have not used the mystical shaman oracle in a really long time, but it's calling to be used during this reading. Hello, Diana Boss. Welcome, beautiful. This was one of my first decks. I love it so much. It's so beautiful and clear. It makes sense when we're working with Taurus energy, right? Because Taurus is, in my determination, I consider Taurus to be ruled, yes, by Venus, but also by the earth herself. All right. And so this is a very, the shaman, these shamanic traditions, right? They are so rooted in the planet and in harmonizing with the planet. Hello, Alex. Great to see you on here. So let's get some energy for this eclipse here. Taurus lunar eclipse. I almost said in Scorpio, in Taurus. There's something important about one of the eclipses that we had in Scorpio that this is tying back to as well. Remember, we had a whole series that began with that Taurus eclipse in November of 2021, but went all through 2022 as well. Okay, there's an evolution of energy here. Let's find out some more about this eclipse, even these series of eclipses and what's been going on here. Oh, this is interesting. So we have the Hunter coming out with the curse in reverse. And yes, that was not really an accidental rhyme there. All right, like we said, healing generational curses. All right, this is something that I decreed during my talk with the universe earlier. And I'm definitely feeling that energy here. The Hunter, this card is all about being the provider. This is the energy of going after what we want, right? Pursuing what we want. Taking control of our destiny, right? In this analogy, working with the energy of the hunter, right? We can be the hunter or we can be the hunted. Which one are we? Are we predator or prey? I don't necessarily always like that analogy, but it gets the point across, right? It gets the point across. Are you taking control of your destiny or not? And for some people, that was what one of the curse, that was a curse that you are lifting through this eclipse, especially if you consciously agree and decree to do so. And it feels like a curse along your bloodline, perhaps, related to this energy of providing, related to this energy of being self-determined. All right. And so that is powerful, the lifting of that. And you're lifting that generational curse through taking your creative power back, through the choices, the decisions, and the actions that you make, but also through verbally decreeing it. I really want to get this point across as deeply as I can. The importance right now and always of verbally decreeing everything. All right. Our thoughts are powerful. Our words our thoughts are powerful, but our words are even more powerful because they are thoughts that are verbalized, given a tone and a frequency that can be like it has a tone and it has a frequency already, but it has a more powerful tone and frequency when you speak it out loud. When you speak, what I'm being shown is like, imagine the energy of that rippling out into the multiverse. All right. When you speak, when you decree, all right. And a decree is something that you decide. All right. It is you telling the universe what is what. All right. Really, really powerful. Exactly, Alex. Spells. Our words are spells. That's why they call it spelling, right? And hello, Pete. Welcome. Welcome. Love you, honor you, respect you. Got the chance to hop on to the Chosen 144 a little bit and check out some stuff the other day. Just, you're fantastic always. We're always so happy to have you here with us. Loving us, supporting us. Beautiful, beautiful, powerful member of this tribe. All right. So yeah, lifting those curses, decreeing that, stating out loud what you are, what you want, where you're going, what you're doing, okay? What you consent to, what you do not consent to. Make this a regular part of your day. And when you do it, when you speak it with authority. All right. That is so important. And I love this here. We had completion coming out with many paths. And there's a couple messages coming through here. One of the messages coming through here is that there are many paths to completion. There are many paths to take you to where you want to go. Once again, this calls in your creative power. You get to decide. You get to determine what that path is. All right. Choose the path that's going to give you the most joy. Choose the path that's going to bring you the most experience, the most knowledge, the most wisdom, the most strength. All right. You get to choose, and you already chose. That's like we said, some of you guys, you got to watch the beginning part of this where we talked about the energy of the destiny, right? Choosing our own destiny, how everything is under our control, right? Even when we surrender, it's all under our control. It's all our creation. It's all our manifestation. It's all a result of our self-determined choices, of our vibration, which is also a result of our choices, our thoughts. All right. So for somebody, this right here, this is like, somebody is stumped right now because they're at a crossroads. They're trying to make a decision and they're worried they're going to make the wrong choice, right? Hello, Kara. Welcome, beautiful. They're worried that they're going to choose the wrong path. And this is spirit coming through saying there is no such thing. And I love, we have 1313 right now, 13 people, 13 likes. All right. 13 being the number of the divine feminine, the number of the multiverse, right? Of creation itself. So isn't that beautiful, right? This is spirit reminding us there is an entire multiverse out there. There are so many versions of you having so many experiences. You cannot choose wrong because you in a different dimension chose every single possibility of choice, exercised every single possibility of choice. All right. Happy birthday, Alex, coming up. Love it. So don't worry about it. What do you most want? Trust yourself. That's what it all comes down to. When we begin to trust ourselves, we no longer have to worry about making the wrong choice. All right. And when we understand that whatever path we take is going to lead us ultimately to where we're meant to go. But there is, for somebody too here, I'm feeling, this is a number 9 card, of course, right? There's an energy here of like, you have a big choice point present, and the reason that you're so you're feeling into it so intensely, and you're so concerned about making the wrong choice, is because there is an importance here on this particular choice, because the completion of a cycle rests upon this choice. All right, if you make a certain choice, you are going to complete a major cycle. A cycle that's ready to end. It's ready to end if you're ready to let it go. All right. And you know what that is, though. If you think about it, what's a cycle that's kept repeating in your life? What choice is going to continue that cycle? What choice is going to end that cycle? And once again, that comes back to the ending of the curse. And there's a lot of different curses. There was one specific curse that I mentioned that somebody is working through here. But there's all kinds of curses that we are lifting and breaking right now. Yeah, we have completion, and then we also have the circle. Okay, so yeah, it's so interesting. So, and then we have Earth coming out. Love this card. This is my favorite card in this deck. Reminds me of Kernunos. So there's a deck that I've been guided, that I received recently, a really beautiful, powerful deck. And it's Like I said, I was guided only to use it for myself for right now. So I'm not going to be using it on here, but I was familiarizing myself with it. And as I was working with this deck, the way that it aligns, it doesn't have a Fool card as a 0 card. It has the Fool at the end as card number 22, which is either 22 or 0. And in that deck, the way that it describes the energy of that card is that it is either complete distraction by the material world, completely feeding into the lower base nature, getting caught up in the 3D and forsaking spirit, or enlightenment. It's an either or possibility. And I feel like there's some of the choices and decisions that we're coming up, I want to say up against, but I don't know if I necessarily like the way that the energetics of that, right? But one of the major choice points for a lot of us, and one of these major crossroads that much of humanity is at, is that crossroads of that 22 card, of that Fool energy in that sense, right? Do I walk the lower path or the higher path? Do I allow myself to keep getting distracted by the physical, or do I look beyond? It's about dedication to our spiritual path versus dedication to the self. And so what that brings us right back to what again? That crossroads, that major choice point that decides whether we're staying entrenched in the 3D or moving toward the 5D, which ultimately, as we know, births into the 6th, right? The choice of fear versus love, the choice of service to self versus service to others. It always comes back to this choice. All right. Always comes back to this choice. And what do we know, though? We know that service to self in the sense of self-care is also service to others. In the sense of self-healing is also service to others. So when we talk about service to self in the negatively polarized context, what we're talking about is 100% self-serving behavior that is harmful to the collective as a whole, harmful or indifferent in a way that still creates a negative effect or impact. We're not talking about like caring for the self, right? We know we've moved way beyond that, right? We don't even need, you guys don't even need me to clarify that for you anymore. Like we understand, like when we give from the heart in loving service, which is the highest aspiration of the human heart, right? When we strip away all the ego, when we strip away all the fear conditioning, right? To be of service to another, to be of service to humanity, to be of service to spirit, to God, to source, right? When we do that, we are serving the self as well, in the sense of like we're receiving as well. When we give, we receive. When we give from that open-hearted place, we receive, right? All right. But still, these are the intricacies right now, and it's that energy of like, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in that service to self, in that fear energy? Right? Because the fear energy, when we're talking about that in service to self, it's like when people are terrified, it's like, this is a funny example that Spirit's giving me. So remember when the pandemic first took hold, and there was shortages of everything, right? And so everybody was buying up all the toilet paper, and there was no toilet paper. That's like a really kind of comical example of this fear-driven service to self kind of a mentality, right? It's every man for himself. It's the survival instinct. It's like the out of balance root chakra energy. All right. And we're like, so we can choose to stay in that, or we can choose to evolve. We can choose to see, and this is so funny. This is an interesting example that Spirit's giving me now. It's the fable in the Bible of Jesus with the bread and the fish and whatever it was, how he multiplied everything, right? He gave and it multiplied. That's such an obvious, right, metaphor now, looking into it, right? That's the energy. It's like the understanding of that. When I give to myself, from that fear-based context, there is less in the world. When I give of myself from a place of fullness, there is more in the world, right? There is an abundance of energy. It's beautiful. Hello, Vincent. Welcome. Love you too. You're also beautiful. You're also beautiful. Yeah. And so what do we have here? We have the smoky mirror with the sorcerer in reverse. And so in this deck, the sorcerer, I believe this is like the dark magician. All right. And so this is all the illusions peering away. This is us coming face to face with our own darkness, with our own shadow. And remember, the shadow is only scary when we don't accept what we see, right? We transmute everything with love. And this is something, and this is with this Taurus eclipse, right? This also being very much an axis, and this primarily the Taurus energy concerned with self-love, what we value, how we value ourselves, how we value each other, right? It's this energy of really tapping into that and transmuting with love, transmuting the darkness within ourselves that wants to be transmuted with love, transmuting the energies within the collective with love. And so one thing that Rising Phoenix Aurora does is she has everyone within her tribe, and I think we're going to start this too for those who want to participate, because it's really beautiful. And I need to flesh out all the different times, but there are certain times of the day where everybody stops together all at once and they send love to specific energies. And one of the things that she actually has people send love to, that everybody in the tribe sends love to every single day, is the New World Order, is the Cabal, right? These dark forces, these dark energies, because we transmute that with love. Okay, so how beautiful is that? So it's really, this eclipse is about transmutation, that Scorpio energy, but we're doing it with love. All right, the Starseed Oracle. We got a couple cards that want to come out here regarding this eclipse. Clear. Vincent. It looks like Vincent has some videos on YouTube, I'm assuming that are worth checking out. I mean, anybody in this tribe who has created anything, it is all worth checking out. So please, always, I love you, Pete, for throwing out that, putting out the word there. But you guys, let us know when you're creating content, when you're sharing your light, sharing your vision, sharing your wisdom, because we all want to support that. So I'll be checking that out as well. This entire channel, the entire purpose, the reason that we are here, the reason that I am here with you, is to remind you of the powerful creator that you are. It's to remind myself at the same time, right? It's beautiful how this all works. It's to remind us of the power that we hold as creators. It's to remind us to allow ourselves to shine, to share the beauty within our souls. Everybody who watches this channel, you guys are the way showers. You are teachers. You are creators. You have wisdom to share. You are the people that came here to enact the change in the world, right? You can call yourself the chosen 144. You can call yourself whatever you want. That's what you are here to do if you are here. All right. And so my mission, if I were to boil it down and to say that I only have one, to really simplify it, is to remind all of you of that and to inspire you to do just that. As above, so below. Exactly, Kara. Which is it, Kara or Kara? Hello, Jamie, beautiful. Yes, you are chosen. And this goes back to the self-determination thing again, right? Why are we chosen? Because we chose. Okay? We chose. a million times in a million dimensions and a million different variations and expressions of who and what we are throughout the multiverse. We chose again and again and again. We chose love. We chose sovereignty. We chose freedom. All right? We chose and we chose and we chose. And we chose to be here. We chose this mission. All right? And so when we're talking in terms of that, right? The only souls who chose this mission are the ones who knew that they could complete it. All right? Not every single soul chose to come here for the exact mission that we did. Okay? Because not every single soul felt that they were up to the task. And so that's what we mean when we say the chosen. And we mean, because so one of the reasons that I don't always use that term is because I feel like sometimes there's an elitist energy that comes with that, where it's like we perceive that as like we were chosen by source because we were better than everybody else. And it's not that at all. It's that we chose. We made the choices consecutively through lifetime and lifetime and lifetime that allowed us to have the grit, that allowed us to have the strength, that allowed us to have the wisdom and the sovereignty and the power to be in the position to be able to volunteer for this mission and to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we would come here and we would complete it. That's what I mean when I say chosen and when I mean we chose. All right. We are the chosen because we made all of those choices that led up to this moment that brought us here. And it is absolutely true, as Pete was saying in one of the live streams that I was able to catch when I was checking back in on his energy and his channel the other day. It is absolutely true that not just anybody, not just any soul could have or would have or did make that choice. All right. And so this channel, this is here for those of you who chose and who are consecutively choosing. And it's here for those of us who chose and are second guessing ourselves, right? Especially for those, I think, who are second guessing that choice. All right. To remind you of how magnificent you are. And so anytime that anybody is forgetting that, anytime that anybody is doubting themselves, turn on one of my videos, turn on one of Pete's videos, turn on any of the videos from anybody in this tribe. Okay, catch a live stream that one of us is doing. Tap back into this energy and it will remind you of who you are. It will remind you of what the fuck you are doing here, okay? And it'll remind you that you not only did you choose to be here, did you choose this mission, but there's a whole lot of other people who chose it too. And we are here right now connecting. We are here earthing. And what I mean by this is we are here, like when we connect together, we help to ground each other's energy. We help to remind each other. We help each other to become more fully incarnated. We help each other learn to be human. Because that is one of the greatest challenge for the chosen, right? For starseeds in general. Learning how to be in the world, but not of it. We got 2 cards representing earth energy. And remember, Taurus is earth energy. Like I said, Taurus, ruled by Venus, also ruled by the planet Earth itself. Taurus energy being the 5 senses. Get out into the earth. Allow her to activate you. Allow her to clear you and cleanse you. All right, you came here for her. Stick to the plan. Connect and tap more deeply into your heart. Continue allowing and opening into these activations of the heart. All right, we always talk about this. The heart is the portal to the 5th dimension and beyond. The heart is the portal to everything. Each of us, we are a portal of light, and the access point is here. This is how we access everything. So allow that energy to open up within you. Clear. This is an interesting kind of concluding card we have here. We have perspective. None of this matters. This is all about zooming out. And so this is the energy where it's like Spirit wants to remind us that, yes, what we're doing here, this mission is important. But at the same time that everything is important, nothing is important. And what I mean by that is just like sometimes we have to kind of take a step back. And remember, like this is not permission, all right, for us to be lazy and to not take the actions that we're guided to take and to stop moving forward, all right? There's not permission for that at all. Not that I need to tell you guys that either. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep doing the things. But at the same time, like this battle has already been won. We've already achieved our mission. We've already achieved our purpose. We're just here continuing to take constructive action toward the unfoldment of that, being the witnesses of that, being the bearers of that. All right. Holding the space for that to continue to transpire, to continue to evolve. And we have, you guys, I got to tell you, we have shifted into such beautiful timelines lately. We are always shifting timelines. There are so many doom and gloom. What's the word that I'm looking for here? When people prophecies or people who have been just, I guess we're going to use the word prophesizing about all these catastrophic things that have been supposedly meant to come forth, right? That the archons, the cabal, whatever you want to call them, the timelines that they've been trying to create, those have been failing rapidly because we are in a higher and higher vibration daily, and we are bulldozing through all of that. Some of those timelines are coming up so that we can see them. As soon as they're witnessed, they begin to fall away, because we don't resonate with that. We don't consent to that. That's not where we're aligned. That's not where we're going, okay? We have been shifting timelines like a motherfucker, all right, in a positive direction. And we're going to continue to do so, you guys. So continue holding that light. Continue being those beautiful beacons of light, living from that heart space, choosing love, choosing service to others, and all the ways that we already discussed, right? What that means. Continue to choose to be exactly who you are, to be exactly where you are. Continue to choose your power. Continue to choose to express your voice. Continue to choose your vibration by choosing every thought, by choosing every action with care. All right? Remember that you are the determining factor, the only determining factor in your experience. Continue to craft and cultivate that. Continue to craft and cultivate your reality to step into and birth higher and higher timelines, beautiful organic timelines for yourself and for humanity, for all of creation. I just see this beautiful unfoldment of energy. It's like birthing out of us. I see it as all this beautiful sacred geometry, all of these beautiful vibrations and timelines and geometries, just like birthing organically out of us, out of the heart space of every single one of us. This is what is happening daily. Okay? This is what is happening daily, you guys. It's so beautiful. And so allow this eclipse to be another catalyzing force, another nexus of energy, another portal that taps you more deeply into yourself, into your power, that cleanses you, that purges what needs to purge, that heals what's ready to be healed. All right, that exposes the truth that wants to be exposed, that opens the heart to the degree that it is ready to receive. This energy is powerful. It is so powerful. Use it to send healing to the children. All right, like we discussed as well. Just birth those, just imagine yourself, feel yourself birthing those beautiful organic timelines and templates for humanity. And know that you do that on a daily basis just by being you, just by being in that beautiful vibration, embodying that. All right. I love you all. I feel like that is, I feel like that's a wrap for today for this live stream. We're going to, of course, keep touching back in on these energies as they continue to unfold. I just wanted to get like a preliminary, kind of energy update out there as we're moving towards this, because these energies, I know I'm kind of late with these videos sometimes, right? But we feel these energies. We're in this energy. We've been in this energy. Like I said, this is a cycle that that's culminating right now, that began in November 2019. So like, we want to be aware of what's happening so that we can work with them as we move through them. Thank you. Thank you, Isela. I'm so glad to see you here. Beautiful. I know I said that really weird. I think I was trying to think of something at the same time that I was saying that. And my brain, I'm Mercury and Taurus. My brain doesn't really work like that. So it's like really slows my speech down sometimes. I was greeting you, but I was also trying to read up the list at anybody else that I missed. Multitasking like that doesn't work well for me. Oh, exactly, Vincent. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Pete. So much love to you. Yes. Yes, 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 to everyone and everything. Oh, love, love, love to all of you. If anyone wants to reach out to me, you want to set up any type of personal session with me, my information is in the description box below. My website. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for as we move through 2024 and 2025 are going to be so powerful. Really, 2024 to 2026, the next 3 years are going to be just like it hasn't been insane already, right? But really, really insane. So I don't know. I'm here for it. We're all here for it. This is why we came. These years right now that we have been in and that we are moving into. All right, this is why we came. We're finally we're in the thick of it, you guys. And we're doing such a good job. We are like, oh my God. Our souls on the, in the etheric are so they're like jumping for joy right now. They're so overjoyed at the progress that we're making, at the way that we are holding the light. All right. It's so beautiful. Each and every single one of you. If there's anybody watching this right now who's been down on themselves lately, who's been feeling like they haven't been doing enough, stop that right now. You've been doing amazing. And this is spirit coming through, letting you know that. All right. Because you need to know that. You need to know that it's like the magnitude of the impact that you are making is so much greater than what you can even begin to perceive of. All right, so stop being so hard on yourself. Call in that self-love. All right, know that you are beautiful. You don't have to stop. It's like we need to stop being so hard on ourselves, and we need to stop placing these impossible expectations upon ourselves. And we talked about this the other day, the expectations, right? The only expectation I have of myself is to follow my heart and to take action in the direction that my soul is calling me. And what that action looks like is going to vary on a daily basis. Whatever our best is looks different on any given day. All right, we're navigating a lot of wild energies, you guys. We're releasing a lot of collective trauma, ancestral trauma. We're doing work in our sleep, you guys. Okay, there's so much going on that we can't even see. Think about when we always use that analogy of a seed. When you plant a seed, most of the work, the growth and development happens underground. What we see as the final result when that flower begins to make that journey above ground That's the easy part. All right. So there is so much, all of you who are being hard on yourselves right now, who need to hear this message, there is so much happening with you below the surface right now. There's so much that you're doing that you're not even aware of, especially if you've been extra tired lately. Just let yourself rest. Don't feel like you are. And so this is the thing. This is why there is a group of us, right? A huge group of us. Because we're all going to be in different points at different times. There's going to be times where some of us need to rest. All right. That's your job. Like Jamie, right now, you're exhausted. Your job is to rest. All right. That's it. Rest. There are others of us who are in a more active state, right? We're feeling energized. Those of us who are feeling energized right now, our job is to do. Some of our job is to be, some of our job is to do. And that role flips depending on the energies. All right. These energies affect us and impact us differently at different times. Some of us are in a process of integrating. Some of us are in a process of doing that dream work. All right. Some of us are in the process of doing things in the physical manifested reality. All right. We're all doing things at different levels. Some of us are doing our own personal healing and we're affecting the collective that way. And it's going to continue to shift. All right. Think about any good partnership, right? When you have a close friendship, when you have a partnership with somebody, there are times when they're at their best and you're at your worst and vice versa. And it balances out. All right. You know, I used to have a friend and we would always laugh. And I do this with my partner sometimes too, where it's like, I'm losing my mind, but they've got it together. And then when I come out of that and I've got it together, they start losing their mind. And we laugh about, well, it's a great thing that at least one of us is like we never both lose our minds at the same time. It's like that for the collective. All right. If we are in that space, there's somebody else who's holding it down in a way. We're all holding it down, right? Because all of these different phases are necessary, but there's somebody else who's in a different place than we are. And we're all assisting each other with that energy. All right. So clear. This is a group sport right now, you guys. We are doing this. We may be physically alone. We may be the only person in our physical area, clear, that we feel is actively anybody's lone shoulders. All right. We're all shouldering this together. And we're all doing a fucking amazing job. So wherever you are in that journey, you are doing an amazing job. Do not allow your ego mind, right? Your false self to tell you any different. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page with that. All right. You are beautiful. You are divine. You are perfect in every single way. You are doing perfectly. Now and always. Hello, Annika. Oh, congratulations, Diana Boss. 17 months. Big stuff there. Big stuff. Yeah, Jamie, make sure you're shielding yourself really well also. I feel like I really want to throw that out there for you. Make sure you're really shielding yourself, especially before bed. What did I just do? Okay. And hello, Jamie. We got a couple Jamies on here. That's probably for both of you. All right. Yes, but that was specifically for the Jamie who's having difficulty in the dream state. Yeah. Sage, try also, I feel like try making a crystal grid under your bed. Use selenite, but also use like a black crystal. Like a black obsidian would be good, black tourmaline. Could be shungite, but I'm really feeling black obsidian, black tourmaline. Do something like that. I'm feeling too. Sage wouldn't hurt either, but it's the shielding. You want to be really strong with your shielding, right? Centering into your heart, expanding that bubble of love. I invoke the I am love light in me. I invoke the I am love light in me. I invoke the I am love light in me. Extend that around the self. Place your mirrored Merkaba. Okay. Call in any other benevolent beings, any other sacred geometries, flames, different things that you want. Set those shieldings. Make sure those are strong. All right. Sarah, same for you. Anybody who's experiencing that psychic attacks, any of that stuff, make sure your shielding is strong and make sure you are stating, remember the power of the voice. I do not consent. Mutal emute ra. I do not consent to any type of infringement upon any aspect of my being in this or any other time, space, dimension, or multidimensional reality. All right. Really call in that sovereignty. Fit yourself in the armor of God, right? Imagine this beautiful golden armor surrounding you. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Pyramids are great. Um, Thanks, Alex. I'll check it. I'll check into Molly there for that. That may be something I'm thinking about gridding my house pretty soon. Shield all your technologies too, and make sure that you are activating. I don't know if all of you guys watched the so there are 2 aura regressions that I've shared now that I've done with clients, excerpts from their aura sessions, and one of them they talk about activating the organic blueprint, reactivating the organic blueprint in the organic materials within our technologies, right? So do this with your phone, do this with all your technologies, setting that intention that the crystals, the natural materials inherent in all of your technologies, that their organic blueprint, divine blueprint is restored. Okay. We also want to call back any organic materials. Watch the video for the rest of that. All right. We're not going to get into all of that. If you haven't seen that aura regression yet, that was the Mars one. And then there is another one that I just posted, the Mermaids of Lemuria. And in that one, we talk about the energy of reactivating the divine organic blueprint within your water, recrystallizing your water. That is really important as well. And yes, crystals can aid with this and are great additions, but the power of intention is so important. All right. So check into those. Make sure you're doing that stuff. Make sure that you're shielding. Make sure that you're setting really firm intentions about what you do and do not allow, what you do and do not consent to. And this is the perfect time to do that, like I said. All right, you guys, I love you. I honor you. I respect you. Happy eclipse season as we continue moving through these energies. We'll keep checking back in. Hopefully I will get a chance tomorrow to do the weekly reading, pick a pile. If I don't get a chance tomorrow, I'll get it done at within the first few days in the beginning of the week there. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I don't know if you guys are enjoying. Are you guys enjoying that, the weekly reading with the pick a piles? I think it's pretty cool. Oh wow, my phone charged really well. I don't even need this anymore. All right, hello Ty. And yes, unfortunately, somebody popped in toward the end here. Annika, yeah. And hello Awaken Together. I didn't notice you. I don't think I welcomed you yet. Hello. Yes, we are wrapping up, but definitely check out the replay for the live stream. It was a good one. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.